at 5 starts now.
A terrifying explosion rocks a tiny Texas town.
Oh my God, people's houses are on fire.
A fertilizer plant erupted near Waco, leaving utter devastation in its wake.
The windows came in on me, the roof came in on me, the ceiling came in.
Now, a community is coming together as we begin to get a sense of the utter destruction left behind.
The latest on the deadly West Texas explosion now on KHOU 11 News at 5.
At this hour, the area around that fertilizer plant is still described as very volatile.
This all started yesterday when a fire broke out at the plant. Volunteer firefighters were on the scene to battle that blaze when the plant exploded.
At this moment, many of those firefighters are still missing. The explosion sent shockwaves through the town, leveling homes and sparking fires as far away as 5 blocks.
As for fatalities, authorities have not issued an exact number, but estimations have ranged from as few as 5 to as many as 50. Still fewer deaths than the 60 to 70 authorities had originally estimated last night.
The town of West is small, fewer than 3,000 people just north of Waco. In the light of day, you can see the horror that the dark of night had concealed. The damage and destruction is extensive.
Our Jeff McShann is live from West tonight with a closer look at some of that damage. Jeff?
Yeah, Lisa, being here and watching and looking at all this up close and personal, you can certainly understand why so many people were injured and why some didn't make it. Just across the cornfield from what's left of the fertilizer plant, you can find contractors boarding up blown-out windows.
You got a direct line of sight on the fertilizer plant.
Others, like Les Wicker from Waco, were bringing in sheets of plywood to cover up doors. Wicker was on the phone with one of the homeowners.
The woman next door just come over and told me that they had confirmation of one of the first responders out here in the cornfield. They found him this morning.
See that house right there? See the first house?
Yeah.
That's where he lives at.
Billy and Doris Pavelka told us he was a volunteer firefighter, that he loved helping people. The Pavelkas said they had to keep busy just to deal with the overwhelming sorrow. And for them, there was plenty to do. Every room in the house lost a window. And in here, the ceiling collapsed.
This is our little office, my wife's sewing room, and this is my little office right here.
Billy Pavelka said he never expected this driving home last night.
Seen a little smoke, but I didn't think nothing about it. I thought it would be one of those tankers that's just, steaming from the nitrogen or what it is. And when I came home, it wasn't just 20 minutes later, that thing blew up.
And there's that video again that we've all been accustomed to. Behind me is the plant. It's still smoldering at this hour. Coming up next hour, we'll talk with a 12-year-old boy who lived through the blast yesterday. Back to you guys.
All right, Jeff, thanks. And the destruction left in the wake of this explosion is incomprehensible. Glass shards embedded in walls and some exterior walls have been completely stripped off apartment buildings.
Reporter Kevin Reese is also live in West tonight for us. Kevin, what have you seen today?
Well, we are at the news briefing area. We've been getting briefings throughout the day, but they still, as you have reported, as Jeff has reported, they still will not confirm an exact number of dead to us. The estimates range from as low as 5 to 15 to perhaps even more. They tell us that the search and rescue does continue in the neighborhoods immediately around that plant. They're going house to house, they're going room to room, and they tell us that it could be sealed off for several days. The worst damage, of course, as you have seen, can be seen best from the air. That nursing home, that apartment complex, all heavily damaged, including West Intermediate School. All of them, perhaps the most damage that we have seen so far. Add to that vehicles that have been blown off the road, and you can see why the search and rescue, the search for more victims, is taking so long. Even outside the immediate blast zone, a half mile away, which is where we were in town earlier today, windows are shattered. Some homes with every window shattered, those glass shards like projectiles embedding themselves in walls, narrowly missing several people where they were sitting. Now, back here live, we did speak with some of those parents who told us that West Intermediate School, the one that is so heavily damaged right now, was actually evacuated about 2 weeks ago because of a fire at that same fertilizer plant. Officials here have not been able to talk to us about that, have not been able to confirm it, but that's what parents say. Their kids were pulled out of that place because of a previous fire at that West Fertilizer Company. We have another update from officials here at 6 o'clock tonight. hope to learn more, perhaps find out just indeed how many people have been killed. Live in West, I'm Kevin Reese, KHOU 11 News.
And Kevin, have you heard, we knew that there were many people that had not been accounted for. Do they know how many people are missing at this point?
They won't give us a hard and fast number on any of that at this point. The initial press briefing this morning is when they were giving us the range of 5 to 15. We understand on good authority that 5 of those are believed to be the volunteer firefighters who have not been found at this point. But again, as far as missing, number of dead, that is a number that, for whatever reason, good or bad, they're not yet ready to tell us.
Still waiting for confirmation. Kevin Reese live tonight in West. Thank you very much.
All right, now more on those who were injured, who were taken for triage treatment at the town's football field. People were first evaluated there and then either flown or rushed to hospitals by ambulance. Even DPS patrol cars were being used to transport patients. Janet St. James has more on the medical effort from Waco.
Hillcrest Baptist Hospital officials confirm the walking wounded continue to show up here throughout the day. Overnight, this hospital alone treated more than 100 patients injured in the West explosion. Citywide, more than 170 people needed medical care. 40 remain hospitalized. Some first responders had also needed medical care. This hospital and others remains on standby in the hopes that survivors will be pulled from the rubble. This is Janet St. James reporting from Waco.
All right, we are taking you back to the cell phone video we've been showing you here. You first see that fire at the plant and then the actual explosion right there, caught on camera moments later. We also have part of the emergency dispatch transmissions in the minutes right after that blast.
Firefighters down. Again, there has been an explosion. There are firefighters down.
The rest home has been seriously damaged. We have many people down. Please respond.
The emotional impact on the first responders, as you'd imagine, just enormous, especially considering some of them are still missing tonight.
She been home?
Oh my God, people's houses are on fire.
She couldn't find her sister, who's missing. And some of the most startling images of this disaster have come from survivors. People pulling out their cell phones and just starting to record. Jeremy Diesel has a look at some of those images.
A fire always draws a crowd. Nothing ever like this. Shock.
Dad, you okay? I can't hear. I can't hear. Get out of here. Please get out of here.
Oh my God.
Please get out of here.
This video was shot from the back parking area of the middle school just across the field from the fertilizer plant. Now, cameras are everywhere. In the moments after the explosion, another resident captured these images.
Oh my God, Andrea lives in those apartments.
It is the immediate reaction to the blast and the first of the damage in the neighborhood just down the road from the school. Police, residents, all stunned silent. Further down the street is a nursing home, an apartment complex. The home crushed in front, the entry destroyed. The apartments across the street are worse. The second floor looking like someone peeled the wall away. Interior walls exposed. Nothing left to stop the fire or the new ones. More residents rushed to the devastated area.
I live all the way down in. I live all the way in town. What happened?
Everything blew up. Complete chaos.
Oh my God.
Not confined to one area, the devastation block after block, seemingly endless. Even still, at the center of the blast, its power is clear. Jeremy Diesel, KHOU 11 News.
Incredible images there. As soon as the scope of this disaster became apparent, calls started pouring in our newsroom from people who wanted to help.
So we decided to get to work and team up with Randall's for a Neighbors in Need fundraiser. Our Cynthia Arena shows us how this will work.
Yeah, we've been watching all day long how there are so many items and things that are needed to help the people in West Texas. And Randall's and KHOU, the Red Cross, are making it easy. When you show up to check out with your groceries, you simply hand the cashier the card that you see here. He'll enter a number. You can donate $1. You can donate $3, $5.